you my summer jam. I don't know if you can understand. No, you're the only one that I need. Like the air that I breathe. Baby, you mine. Say, baby, you mine. You mine. Say, baby, you mine. All mine.
And welcome to another riveting week of Projects Podcast. As always, I'm CJ,
I'm Taylor.
and we're back for episode
Yeah,
6?
that one.
7, something like that. This week we are joined by nobody. It is just us two. We apparently have ran off most of our crowd already, and we're going to start this bitch back over again with just the two of us.
Good.
So kick it off, Taylor. Caffeine Corner.
Riveting. It was such a good word choice there. Okay, dude, I'm pumped because I don't know if you know this, but you live by the greatest caffeine supplier of all time.
Which one is that?
I don't know, the gas station down there. But it has the most ridiculous stuff. So I figured I'd go all out with one I couldn't pronounce at first. It is called Alani.
Alani. And what flavor? Well, here, hand me a flavor.
Well, hold on, because
I'm actually excited about these because I can't read that far, but it looks like one is pineapple and one is watermelon.
wrong. You have Tropsicle.
Oh.
And watermelon wave. But usually we keep name dropping these phenomenal places and trying to we're not going to get a bang sponsorship.
No.
But I feel like AlaniU.com might be down.
Are they a Colorado company?
Probably not if it's Alani. If it's Colorado, it'd be like 5280 Alani. Anyway, so
That's probably true.
you can have watermelon wave. Do you like watermelon flavor?
Sure.
Okay. Because I really wanted this Tropsicle one.
Of course you did.
And
So I
it's
have
like-
watermelon wave. Let's go through the statistics here on this bad boy. Holy crap, that is a lot of caffeine. Why? Okay, so this is why you wanted this one, because this can is just jacked.
Well, it's not too. I thought it was only 200 milligrams.
It is 200 milligrams. It's a
Yeah.
lot for this can.
Yeah, so I don't expect it to taste that good.
Zero sugar again.
See,
We're a
I'm
healthy
keeping it
group.
healthy. We're keeping it healthy on the stream. God, on the on the cast. Whatever, dude. Anyway,
Whatever, it's
so
all the same.
We got 200. There's vitamins. It looks pretty much normal to me. Here's why I'm not thinking it's going to be the greatest tasting.
Okay.
I just don't trust cans that do like the plastic wrap on a normal aluminum can like this. See what I'm saying?
I've had some good beers that do it.
Well, F it. Here we go. You ready?
Louisville, Kentucky. I've been to the Louisville Slugger factory.
Look at this. It's gluten-free and vegan.
Look at us.
I was really hoping there wasn't animals being used for this.
New half of the year, new me. Let's crack this thing open.
You ready?
Oh, I put my mic up high today.
Oh. That's a little premature. Okay.
As you always are.
All right. Cheers, sir.
Cheers. Cheers.
I'm pumped.
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It just like, weirdly enough. Oh, no. There's the orange. I don't taste any watermelon. I was going to say, it actually kind of tastes like pineapple a little bit at first.
Wait.
But it's very orangey.
That's exactly how mine tastes.
Orangey?
Like pineapple into orange.
Into orange? Well, isn't there like orange creamsicle in that thing or something?
Yeah, mine is pineapple and orange, but yours is supposed to be watermelon.
Well, they probably just fucked up and just put the wrong label on.
What a great idea. Why don't we just make one drink that tastes good and just put 10 different labels on it?
I'm just gonna call it anonymous, and whatever you pick up is what you get. It's kind of like, you remember the flavored dripper things from DQ back in the day, like the freezies.
Yep.
And you'd get the random straw with the sugar in it, and you dump it in. That's what color you got, and you'd always be pissed if you dumped it in and got red, because red's a crappy color.
Yeah, I was thinking more. I don't remember the exact candy, but the things. It came in a white wrapper. Usually when you see stuff that's white and it had question marks on it, and it said mystery
No,
flavor,
that was the
Laffy Taffy or something?
No. It was Airheads.
It wasn't good.
No, they were all terrible. It was just like there was a mystery flavor for DQ as well. It turned out to be white flavored as well, and it was bad.
The funny part is, that wasn't on purpose. They just made a flavor, and they're like, it's good enough, and they couldn't figure out what it tasted like.
I think that those flavors are just, they're like, kids really like sugar. Let me just dump another like 6 gallons of that in there. No extra flavoring. That's why it's not colored. It's like, why even waste money on dye at this point? Just give them sugar.
What do we say it is? All right, just put question marks on
Just
it. Let them
question
figure
marks.
it out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We don't
I'm
know.
liking this.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
But when I saw this, I instantly thought, my favorite part is when we try to mash this up with what workout you're going into.
Yeah.
What workout do you feel like you could go do right now after the can and the experience of that first taste?
This is like I don't know. This is more like, I'm just holding this like more of like a chill at the beach, prepare for a long night of drinking.
Turn it up.
Yeah, like that is kind of where I'm at with
What is
this
it? 8
whole
ounce
thing.
curls or whatever it is?
Yep.
Yep. That's just a whole night of curls.
That's what this is like, the precursor to that night beginning. Like, I need to get up, I need to get going. Today work, it's like a work sucks day. Let me pound this, and then I'm just going straight into the alcohol cabinet.
Yeah, mind instantly when I saw it, I thought like blissful yoga, but you were up late on the beach last night just crushing pina coladas. But after I drank it, I'm now thinking it's more of you're in Hawaii, but your girl's like, hey, we should go shopping because there's all these like really good things, and she wants to go check out hats. And in your mind, you're like, that is a lot of walking. That's what I go
This
through.
is your stimulant. then
You gotta
for
drink
that.
this just so
Yeah.
you can power walk behind her
Yeah.
as she's running in and out of places.
Yeah.
So I will bring these when Blondie and I go on vacation now. So
This
thank
just
you.
also feels like the Instagram energy drink.
Right.
Like just like a nice looking can.
It
you
needs
got your
an umbrella.
bikini on, butt showing, this right next to it.
I'm down. I'll do it.
I'd do it.
I'll go do it when I get home.
Yeah.
I need
Throw me a banana hammock and let me show.
I need an umbrella. I don't know if I can
That's
finish
what
this.
it feels. Yes. I need an umbrella.
I can't finish it without an umbrella now.
An umbrella and a straw.
I'm kidding. There's caffeine in it. I'll finish it somehow.
Yeah, this is good though. This is in less caffeine than last week's nightmare. So where would you position it? I think I'd put it in. I honestly think it's second place for me in terms
Really?
of taste,
But,
but probably overall on the scale for like usability, third, fourth, like in that range. 'Cause just when you factor in everything together, I think I'd put, of course, we have White Monster. Number 1.
Number
the
one.
Devil's Brew
Top.
is number 1. Number 2, probably Rain. Did we have that on here?
dude,
That was good.
I'm not sure because whatever Dustin made me drink last time, I didn't sleep.
Yeah, no, so that was great for usability. I didn't go to bed till 3:30 in the morning. I
didn't
can't. That's why it's lower on the list, because that was too much caffeine.
That's what we get for filming at 8 at night with like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine.
That
coming
was
in.
it was terrible.
I sat in bed a long time. I tried to count how many times the ceiling fan was going around because I had nothing to do. It was rough, but that's kind of what incentivized this. I was like, 200 milligrams, I'll be okay.
Yeah, find a nice middle ground.
It was almost like I needed to still detox from last time we
That
filmed.
last, yeah, I haven't had any. I don't think I've had like any caffeine since then.
Well, I can't say that, but
Well, no, because you're an addict.
yeah, I was. Yeah, it's
Yes.
at this point it's medical.
It is.
It is medically prescribed, not subscribed, prescribed. Anyway, I do enjoy it. It's good. AlaniU.com. I know you're going to be watching this. I know you watched the last couple and you were waiting for us to bring you on.
This is why you pre-positioned it in a store for Taylor to see.
Yes. We
We're up
accept.
for it.
We accept.
Yeah.
Whatever
We're
the
not
partners-
looking for much money.
None, really.
Yeah, just send us a couple cases.
I'm down.
A couple hundred.
Free caffeine is good.
20, 30 pallets.
Well, okay, let me just dive in because we were talking about this store. I also got heavily baited today into buying an $8 water bottle. Yeah, okay, and it was just
What's
dumb.
the water bottle of?
Dude, That's what I'm saying. It was at the very bottom. You know how there's those giant gallon jugs you can grab? Well, this one looked kind of fancy and it had a handle, but I'm super dehydrated because we've been working outside like crazy. And I didn't want just a little one because I knew I wasn't going to refill it. So I was like, I'll get a gallon. And it had a cool handle, but it didn't have a sticker. But normally they're not very expensive because it's like garbage water thrown in a gallon bottle. Rings it up. He's like, yeah, it's $8. I was like, dude, it's water.
What?
Can you keep the water inside and I'll just go fill it with, I just need the bottle. I'd rather just fill it with a hose at this point. Which then made me start thinking about, I've become very lazy in general. Like, look at this.
Do you see my hair right now?
Yeah, but you look good. Like, you
No.
did something to it.
This
is bad. This is bad. I've let this start to go down.
See, I shaved that today. But I think I'm letting the beard go. I think I'm just gonna. I told Case I'm just letting it all. Just let it all hang. Just see how big I can get the beard. I do it every year. I usually don't start till November.
Yeah.
But you know, August, November. What's the difference in 2020? I'm just gonna let it ride.
Well, and I blame COVID because everyone can blame anything on COVID and it's fun. But one, I was too lazy to even see if maybe just the $8 price tag fell somewhere.
Then you paid it.
Scheduled barely. I wasn't even like, oh, I'll take it back. I was like, fine, just take my money, dude. Well done, good job on your part. But two, I booked an appointment to go get my haircut, and I was driving home and it was close to home. Realized I didn't have a mask in the car, and in my mind, first thing I thought was, oh, dude, I have to go into my house, grab it, get back in my car, go to this hair appointment. Canceled the hair appointment. It's like, it's so inconvenient now. And yeah, so basically what I'm getting at is COVID changed me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many of these I have. I'm not going in.
Yeah,
I'm not making 2 stops for
rough.
one event, like getting my hair cut.
It's rough.
Can't do it. Cannot do it. But as we've discussed, movie theaters are opening.
Movie theaters are opening. I'm super excited about it. I'm ready to go see Tenet. You're a little baby and won't go see New Mutants with me because
It is
little baby.
You've seen the same preview I've
It
seen.
looks great.
For everyone watching, New Mutants.
It's X-Men.
It's not
And he's
X-Men.
too scared to go to it.
It is not X-Men.
It is.
It was somebody had a stupid idea for a horror film, and they were like, "I bet X-Men would fund it if we gave them powers."
It looks good.
What is the idea behind it?
It's based on an actual comic of like a younger mutants who are like locked up, and they're going up against. I mean, now we're getting into some comic book stuff that's stupid, but it's
Good. Nerd
I
out.
think that the villain, at least in the comic books, I don't know about the movie, but the comic books, I'm pretty sure the villain's name is Demon Bear.
All right, I'm in.
So
I'm going now.
and he like preys on the fears of them, like their worst nightmares, basically, and just makes them come true until they basically die.
Wait, that's like his power? Is he like?
I don't know if he's an actual like mutant or if he's like another creature or something. I'm not quite sure.
Some lunatic?
Yeah, I don't know that much about it. But yeah, so that's what it's about. Is like younger, like more, teens, early 20s or something like that. Mutants, I think, or something like that are going up against
But what a good
whatever
idea,
the hell
right?
that thing is.
What a good idea to take. Because think about how easy that would be to take the superhero world and create horror movies.
A
out of it.
nightmare version. I mean, you just got look across the board. I mean, you just think about how uncomfortable people got with the nightmare drama of Joker.
Right.
Like how many people will enjoy that movie. Like that's the thing that eventually, and what you're already seeing is that superhero movies in particular, to stay relevant. I mean, as you and I talked earlier this week, we saw everything with the new DC panel that came out and the video games for superheroes and the new movies that have been announced and the trailers that were shown. And it just kind of burned out from the same formula over and over again.
my
So at some
God.
point, if you're going to keep those characters going, you have one thing to do, and that's to start expanding genres and doing more genre pieces, which a horror one is a fantastic idea, I think. You just can't do a horror one with, mainline characters because you can't have them looking,
But
little pansies running around the place. You can't put Captain America in a whorehouse. You can't do it.
But like, what a cool idea if you took the injustice side of things and really made Superman just dark and just ripping people apart.
Well, that's what they're doing in the Suicide Squad video game. He's the bad guy.
Right? I would go to
That
that.
was the best.
If you went to that movie where it's like,
Well, that's what we'll see what the movie turns out to be. That was the video game, at least. I don't know what the movie looks. Did you watch the trailer for the movie?
which one?
The Suicide Squad movie.
No.
So they did a little roll call thing, and James Gunn is directing this movie.
Okay.
James Gunn, if you do not know, he directed Guardians of the Galaxy. So
Didn't know
he
that.
took that formula and just kind of pulled it across. But then just went even more balls off the walls with it. Like he has a character in there called Polka Dot Man, and I am in just based on that. There is Nathan Fillion, who was in Firefly. Firefly, if you haven't seen the show Firefly, go watch. It's fantastic.
What are these names? We had Killer Panda Bear or something. And
Yeah,
now this guy.
So now Polka Dot Man, and now Nathan Fillion, who he's a great actor, who a lot of people wanted him to be Nathan Drake for years,
Okay.
but he never got it because he played a similar character in a show called Firefly that became the movie Serenity. Both fantastic. Go watch those. It's an outer space western, and it is awesome.
I'm in.
It lasted one season. Everybody loved it, and then they canceled it.
Cool.
So
That's cool though.
yeah. So
One and
he
done.
did that. Then he was in a show called Castle. But anyways, he's awesome. He was in Halo 5, actually. He was one of the Spartans. So he was a
We're
voice
not
actor.
gonna
in
talk
that. Yeah, that game sucked. I'm just saying what he was in. So
Just
now
it
he is in
hurts.
this movie as well. And he is apparently known as his character's name is TDK. And the rumor is that TDK stands for the detachable kid, so he can take off his limbs and fucking throw them, I'm assuming. So
But like,
this is rad.
what a cool superpower! Like if you're fighting
Yes.
somebody and you just get kicked so hard, your limb just falls off. You're like, "What's up, dog?"
Who cares?
Be like
Yeah.
Monty Python, where his limbs
Yeah.
keep getting
Yeah,
cut off.
Mere flesh wound.
Come on, you pansy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
Idris Elba's in it. Everybody loves Idris Elba.
I'm telling you,
He's
you're
the
getting me
best.
sold on these movies now.
Yeah, that movie's rad.
Yeah, well, just thinking back to that, did you ever play the first Injustice game?
No, but I heard that they're awesome. I saw some of the trailer because
Yeah.
the whole concept is that spoilers.
Okay, you've had time.
Moving on. Okay, so isn't the purpose like Joker toxins or something like that, or manipulates Superman? Superman thinks that he's fighting like Abomination, but instead punches his pregnant wife Lois right through the damn chest or something.
Yep. So yeah, and then the
Apparently that baby wasn't very super because he didn't make it.
was too much. I mean, who can really?
Superboy didn't get his shot.
That's a one shot gone. That's a GG before it even started. But what's cool is like what I did. So I played the first one all the way through and it's phenomenal. I didn't have it in me for the second one because I don't care for fighting games. So I
Yeah.
just went and watched. You can watch people cut the cut scenes.
Yeah, they do like a super cut.
It's like 2 hours to watch it.
Yeah.
And the first one was exactly like you said. Superman lost it. And basically his whole thing is that the only way for there to be peace is for there to be an absolute power that everyone falls underneath, right? Like just a true tyrant, which is him, because no one can do anything. But no joke, and this is the only reason why I thought of this was Billy, aka Shazam, who's a 11-year-old kid, technically 12-year-old, something like that.
Yeah.
He's basically like, as a little kid, he's like, dude, this is enough. This is enough, right? And Shazam's kind of a beast. Like this would have been a good fight.
And he's
And
a combination of 7 or 6 different like gods, basically.
Yeah.
He's that thing like he has like
He's
the
a
6
beast.
gods powers or something like that in him.
exactly. So basically, it's this part where like the Flash runs away because he's over it. They killed the Green Arrow because he was like not standing for it and he was going to fight him. But they were so scared of Superman that they just fell in line. And of course, Batman's working against him in his own lair and they can't find him. Anyway,
Yeah, the only one without powers.
But
is somehow
Shazam
surviving.
literally is like, that's enough. I'm done. Little kid in him's like, this. I know what's right and wrong. And he grabs Superman, and right before he can say Shazam and like blow this whole thing up, he grabs him, ice breaths his mouth so he can't talk. So you just hear him like, but he can't say it, and just heat visions him through the eyes. through the eyes, like back of the head, and he just falls over
Yeah.
dead. And he looks around, and he's like, anybody else? And I was like, that is perfect for a scary movie
That's awesome.
because you're so hopeless. It's Superman.
You can't beat Superman.
I mean,
I think we've already talked about it. He's a broken character. You
yeah,
can't
but
make
of course, what do you think comes in to help beat him?
God dang it.
Kryptonite. Like,
Well, that's
Kryptonite suits, and then they bring in a Superman from an alternate universe,
of
all that
course
dumb
there
stuff.
is.
But
Martha, and everybody's happy.
Martha.
So, by the way, quick tidbit on the DC fandom thing before we move on from there. That son of a bitchin' thing is a 4-parter that they're bringing out with Justice League
Schneider
on
cut.
HBO now. Oh my god! I think we should just sit down and live stream the whole thing. I think we should do 4 consecutive days where we do a watch along. Everybody just join in and we just watch this monstrosity together because I want more people to see whatever this is. The trailer was like a 3.5-minute trailer for it, and I don't know if they thought that it looked good or not. I don't know, but I didn't get anything out of it. It's gonna be awesome.
I just don't.
Bless this world.
I'm so excited. Oh, this sucks, but I might actually have to go watch the first one first, or the real one before we watch.
Have you never
it.
seen it?
No, yeah, I did.
Oh,
but I almost
no,
want to
does-
really compare and see the differences.
Yeah, I won't be doing that, but you go for it.
How about you watch Batman vs Superman? I'll watch this.
There's a part of me a couple weeks ago I hit a low point because I had nothing better to do with my life and I almost turned it on. It was on TV. And
There's
then
so much anything else.
well,
in
I
this
was like,
world.
I already hate like just being locked up to a certain degree. I have nothing better to do.
Self-inflicted
or
pain.
Nothing worse to do. Like
But at this point, it is just fun. Like you just laugh at it now.
I was just like, I was just gonna kick back for the beer and just think that movie would be a highlight this year.
What was the movie? What was the movie that Franco and Seth Rogen did? The Room.
Oh no, because you're talking about where he was
The best worst movie of all time.
Yeah, what is that guy's name? I always forget his Tommy Wiseau.
Who's like
he
says he's
directed
25.
what most people consider to be the worst movie of all time.
But it's the best worst movie of all time.
Yeah.
That's
a lot
what
of
he is.
people seem to enjoy it just because of like how bad it is that people actually enjoy watching.
So
There's
why-
like a cult following for it.
Yeah, my question is why doesn't at this point Batman and Superman just
does.
take that route?
Well, it does.
Yeah, I would just
Th-
enter it in
there
that
are
category.
people that will stand up and say, "Oh, that wasn't that bad of a movie," and they deserve to be punched in the face. But it's people believe what you want to believe.
But if you went to punch them in the face, they would just go Martha, and you
then
wouldn't
I'd
punch
have
them
to
in it.
stop.
You'd be best friends.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, that's what we need to do. The Rona, just say Martha to it, and eventually it'll all be good.
Oh, we are drifting. I'm sorry if you're not keeping up with this, but we hate that movie.
Yeah. Okay. Back on track. What do we got? Video games.
Wait. So,
movies.
and I know it's because you put me on this, and I don't know if
Yeah.
you know you put me on this. In the world of superheroes, Umbrella Academy.
Have you watched it?
I'm on the last episode of the first season. right
How
now.
bonkers is that show?
Okay, it's again, what a phenomenal idea.
Yes. Broken family of heroes.
So we can preface it. It's not really spoilers. If you haven't seen it, this is more of like a here's what you're in stall for, or this is kind of what you told me.
Yeah.
But basically, think of it as like, was it 40 kids?
There's 43 kids that were all born on the same day. They were, and when I say born on the same day, I mean that there's 43 women across the world that were impregnated and had a baby on the same day, October 1st.
Yes.
1989, as I think what they say it is. So they got pregnant on October 1st, 1989, and they had the child a couple hours later on the same day.
It was all, which was so cool. Like the very opening scene with that was
so
nuts.
funny.
But it set the tone perfectly.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically the idea is there's this billionaire who tries to get a bunch of them and he gets 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
He basically buys them from these people who aren't fit to be moms and just tries to create his own X-Men league and fails miserably. Miserably. And it's so fun. Basically fall apart. They go their separate ways. Big event happens. They all come back together, but they're all messed up.
All of them have problems.
All messed up. And I think about this, and this is again, man, like what a good idea to just take like the horror side of what superheroes could be, because
Yeah.
I think about it, and I
And
think
when they're
this-
past their prime, like that's the thing too, is like they are Most of them aren't doing any of that stuff anymore.
Right.
One of them lived on the damn moon for 4 years.
That's a cool part. But I thought about it as Klaus. So Klaus's superpower is that he can kind of conjure the dead.
You can speak to him, see him. Yeah.
He can basically but not on purpose. Sometimes there's like that one lady who just started walking around talking.
Because he never wanted to focus on his powers because he was a drug addict his whole life.
But he became a drug addict to block his mind.
it out.
I was
yeah.
like, dude, whoever is writing this is a genius. Like, it's so cool. And
the
then
lead singer of My Chemical Romance, believe it or not.
he's doing a great job. And because the coolest part is that his dad was like, you're going to learn how to own this power and not be afraid of it, and throws him in like a tomb.
Locked him in a cemetery, like in an actual locked him.
Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me just watching that. So
when
if
the
you
kid
think
was 7, I
13.
think or was it when he was 13?
They said 13 was like when they're doing all this. But all I know is that, 13-year-old me having to talk to ghosts and dead people. No way. No way. So if you think I'm going to New Mutants and I could barely handle that, it's not happening.
Everybody should watch Umbrella Academy. Season 2 just came out on Netflix. Go binge it all. It's a good one.
I'm pumped.
Yeah. It's got Ellen Page in it. Ellen Page is fantastic.
So I'm excited because I'm on the last episode and it's been 2 days.
Season 1?
2 days and I haven't been able to finish it. It's a big bummer.
That final one is good too. You'll just want to roll right into season 2. It's good.
I probably will, to be honest with you. But yeah, anyway, so big fan. And then last movie, because I'm like itching to get into video games because there's so much cool stuff going on right now. Last movie that I saw, and I will tell you this right now, I don't ever tweet about anything that happens. Ever. Like, the only thing I do on Twitter is like retweet stuff with my athletes and favorite their stuff and good job, boys. Boom. Barely even type on there. I watched this movie, tweeted it out, and said, everyone has to watch this. And it's Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx and Brie Larson. Yeah, we talked about this, but selfishly, when I tweeted it out, I wanted to put it out there and be like, go watch this. It's phenomenal with like all the racial stuff going on and the injustice out there. And it was so weird, like how real it was. But I did, before I hit tweet and send, I tagged Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx, hoping we'd become best friends off of that. And it didn't happen. I still have not heard from them yet. Kind of a bummer.
Break.
But in the end, phenomenal movie. I won't say much more about it because it gets into a lot of topics that, we're just going to ruffle feathers, and that's not why we're on this podcast. But everyone go watch it. Phenomenal. Like, just powerful
yeah,
movie.
I need to watch that. I'm planning on watching that over the next couple of days. Yeah, because you said it was phenomenal. I want to see it. I feel bad for that movie because it just got caught in these corona times where I think it would have got a lot more press and a lot more push in mainstream if
it
didn't get just like kind of trapped during corona times here with because it was right at the beginning of corona times I think that it came out, so like February-ish or something like that.
It's one of those ones where you just feel like you feel pressure right here because you're like so involved, and that's the coolest part is it's like death row inmates that you become best friends with. You're like, oh, why is this guy?
You seen The Green Mile?
Yeah, that made me cry.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Wasn't that
similar
guy,
kind of thing?
What's that guy's name again?
He passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's why I cried again. It made me cry twice.
Yeah, because that was he was in a lot of stuff. Oh God,
dude, he's in Armageddon.
Can't believe him. Yeah. I can't believe I'm blanking on him. Something Duncan.
Bear. That's all I know him as.
I don't remember his full name. I apologize.
We'll refer to him as Bear.
Phenomenal actor though.
Dude, anyway, yeah. So watch it. It was awesome. Like very, very good. Yeah, and God, dude, I can talk about movies forever.
Yeah. Let's transition.
Yeah.
Let's flip over to video game world. This one is going to be a lot of just movies, video games, that kind of stuff. Just what we're up to currently.
That's what we
there's
like.
Not
so
a lot of stuff going on outside of that realm, honestly. I mean, if you really want me to talk about other things real quick, here you go. I installed iOS 14 beta and Mac OS Big Sur beta onto my computer here. I will say I want to have a talk with your brother here. This is not going to play well on the podcast here. Do you see how bad this background looks? Like, this is the new background that they sent out with Big Sur.
I could have done that.
Also, not only that, they didn't even do it right. You see how there's pixels everywhere that are off and that kind of stuff?
So I'm saying
now,
I
will say, I've been staring at this bitch for a good while, and I keep coming back to it. It's driving me nuts, but I guess it did its duty there. Which is like, who decided that this was going to be the new stock image of Mac OS? It's just bad. But besides that, I do like the new design.
The only way that it can be saved is if that was like Steve Jobs' last painting he was making. And that was the best thing. they could do.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I'd feel bad.
Way
So
to go.
thanks.
Way to go.
Thanks. Yeah. But
Real
anyway,
dick, Siege.
yeah. So besides that, though, betas are going fairly well, it seems, right now. Except there is one thing that I will bring up on this, and that is that within Safari now, on the main Safari page, it makes you feel real bad and self-conscious because if you're on here, it has now a privacy report on the main screen. The privacy report is for Safari blocking trackers from tracking you while you're going to websites. And that I understand is like from Apple's perspective, like, well, let's show all these guys how good our browser does at blocking things. All that does for me is make me feel anxiety and wondering who the hell needs to know my information this regularly. Just in the last hour or so, for me looking around, just browsing sites, it has blocked 26 trackers.
Now, here's what we need to find a way to do. How can we get it where Apple will send a link to our podcast to all of those people?
Just blast it out.
New marketing strategy. Hey, we saw you were trying to track us. Have you checked out our podcast?
Have you checked out this podcast? Most of them are like Google ad services and that kind of stuff that are trying to send ads to
No,
me.
it's Russia.
It's possibly.
That's right. You're popular. They want you.
I'm probably not as popular as most.
Have you met you?
It's people that are going on to some dodgy websites probably have a lot tracking them.
Have you ever done that where you start a Google search and then you're like, I don't need this.
No, yeah.
I don't know what's coming
This
from
is
this.
going down a rabbit hole that I do not need to go down.
I don't remember what it was, but I did it with like a movie quote. I was like, oh, what was that from? I started typing it in before I hit search. I was like, if this doesn't pull up the movie quote,
Yeah.
I'm going to get some weird stuff I don't need on my phone.
Well, it's just like in the baseball video from this week of the dude taking one right to the jewels, and they called it a testicular contusion. You can't look that up. Like, you type that into Google, you're gonna ruin
can't even
your
spell that.
week. What a great injury. He's on the injured list with a testicular contusion.
But the funny part is, like, usually in sports, even if it's a joke, anytime you get injured, everybody's like, bro, you're faking it. You're fine. You could play. You just want a day off. With this one, they're like,
You
yo,
can't fake that.
take your time, sit down. What do they look like?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, everyone's
dude.
like, are they still intact?
His nuts are 4 times as big and very purple at this point. Like, there is no way that dude has walked for 2 days.
He's lucky that they're there.
I can't believe he made the play. For all of you out there, go watch. Was it the Cart? No, Phillies.
I like how we're about to tell
think it
them
was
to go
Phillies.
Google this after
Yeah,
we just.
well, just type in Phillies pitcher gets drilled in the nuts. It'll pull it up for you.
yeah, that's probably safer.
Shout out, go watch the YouTube video by the greatest baseball reporter on planet Earth, Jomboy, Jomboy. He is the man. He does amazing breakdowns. He'll give you a 2.5-minute breakdown of this guy just taking one right to the giblets. It is quite a great video.
Yeah.
Makes the play.
When you sent that to me, I was just amazed. I was like, this is the best thing that happened today. But very rarely do you see somebody get hit in the nuts and not start laughing like crazy.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's just because you're happy it's not you.
It's just pure joy.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like, but any other injury, like, ugh, like you kind of cringe with that. You just start cracking up. Like all the ones of like a dad throwing his kid like a ball, and they just rip it back into it. Like, see, like we didn't even see it, but we're just fun. Like you gotta
I'm just
laugh.
imagining the video that I've seen of that kid with the big old plastic bat.
Yep. Wait,
Thump.
that's exactly what I just had in my
Yeah.
mind. Exactly, dude. Okay, so getting off of people getting in the nuts. Real quick, little fun thing I have been doing. Working on the stock market.
Oh yeah, you
Little day
bought
trading.
you buying some stocks?
Yeah, I mean, basically my whole idea was I think a lot of companies will bounce back from COVID. Their stocks dropped. Might as
Yeah.
well buy them now and see if they come back. But what it did make me do is instantly start watching Wolf of Wall Street again.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm basically heading to Wall Street. I feel like that's all it takes.
just buying a few stocks, watch Wolf of Wall Street, and you're there.
Mass amounts of cocaine, and you're good to go.
You're good to go.
That movie. I don't know why. Like, it's not like I envy this guy, and the movie was good, but you still kind of feel uncomfortable at the end of it because you're like, wow, we're idolizing one of the biggest pieces of poop there is.
Poopy that there is, yeah.
But I can't stop watching it. It's so entertaining.
It's a good movie.
Jonah
Set
Hill's
the
character.
record for most F-bombs in a movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it was like per cat, like for total screen time or something like that. It's like an average of like an F-bomb every like 7 seconds or something.
Yeah, like I said, not a family-friendly movie, but man, it's entertaining.
Great movie.
But it's helping me on the market for sure.
Yeah. Get you in that mindset.
Taking a lot of, Soon I'm going to start calling people and selling penny stocks.
That's what Marlon does, day trading. My brother-in-law.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, he does a lot of day trading. He's made some decent money.
Yeah, I haven't made too much yet, but I think
I wish I could buy stocks, but I have to buy grass instead. That came out. Background. I gotta.
Not weed. He didn't.
This is Colorado. I have. To,
He didn't mean that grass.
I gotta finish my yard.
That sounded great. Oh, I love you, but I'm pretty tied up in the grass.
Grass game. Yeah.
Before we get into, just because I love that we're on the topic of randomness right now, before we go to video games like we always will, can you tell me the story of Macklemore? And I'll preface this. Right before we started this, right before we hit record, I started singing Macklemore because I said, hey, CJ, I feel like the most over or underrated song ever was Thrift Shop by Macklemore. I said, you cannot like Macklemore. You can say whatever you want about him. And before I even finished the sentence, he goes, I hate Macklemore. And I was like, yeah, no, like his songs are whatever. He's like, no, the guy alone, I hate him. Here's the story.
So Macklemore. This was I think it was my sophomore year of college. And Macklemore was big. I think that was like right around when Thrift Shop had really exploded, I think, and like that album that they had made.
Yeah, it was bomb.
Like, it had exploded. I had nothing against his music. What I did have a problem with was that he was in town at the University of Montana. Great, semi-okay University of Montana, my illustrious hometown of Missoula, and I liked to park. I worked every day for the Forest Service, and I would drive to school. And the business school is located near the field house, the basketball stadium, all that kind of stuff. And there was a parking lot right there that was perfect for me to park right there, go to class, get back in my car, and leave. This son of a bitch is going to be there for like 2 nights in a row playing shows. So he shows up 2 days earlier than that with 3 trucks and takes up the entire parking lot. They shut down the entire parking lot. Nobody can park in there. So I have nowhere to park now. I have to park on like opposite side of the campus because I usually got to school a little bit later because I'd work in the morning and then come for like midday classes.
Right.
So most street parking and everything like that was taken. So I'd have to park forever away and walk all the way across campus. It's not that big of a campus. Could I have used the exercise? It was probably fine.
Nah.
But you know what? I liked my parking spot, and I liked how everything was going up to that point.
You become accustomed to it.
So now, 4 days in a row, I'm screwed. Day 3 comes along.
It's over.
Day 3 comes along, and he's still parked there. And I finally get street parking over near where I used to park. I get out of my car. I'm angry. I'm already a little bit late, and I got to get to class as quick as I can. But I'm not missing this opportunity because I finally got to park near his buses. I stood there for 3 minutes yelling at those fucking buses, letting them know my displeasure that they were in my parking spot. There were people that were in that area looking at me, and they had nothing to say. They had no idea what was going on.
You're not gonna
They
pass
thought
that up.
everybody was going to be happy that Macklemore was in town. Not I, sir. Not I.
You have lost a fan.
I was done with him. I still don't listen to his music because of the situation. I don't even know if he's still making music.
Yeah.
Couldn't stand it. They to their credit, they did not instigate me any further, and they did not say anything back to me. And I just went on my merry way to class.
I want to know so bad. I wish I had a camera from inside the bus with you outside the bus just trying to give it to these guys.
I let them have it.
I want to know what they were saying.
I wish they would have sent. Well, I don't actually wish they would have sent something back because I had plenty of comments loaded of just mean-naturedness. That
Could they hear you?
Yeah, there were people standing outside. Like they saw me. They were looking at me.
Just
Like
for
I
the
don't. They were
parking
probably
spot.
just like roadie crew or whatever like that, trying to get stuff set up because I think the concert was that night. So I think they were just in and out of the buses and that kind of stuff, trying to get like their setup all done.
But you realize that was probably somebody told them to park there.
100%. Yeah, like it's not their fault at all, but I don't care. Like it clear, like you, like.
But I'm petty, so I'm holding.
I gotta blame somebody, and it's his buses, so I'm blaming him.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
a big damn field across the street where everybody goes for tailgating and park stuff out there. Go park out in the trees.
Not in my spot. Yeah.
Yeah, not in my spot.
I don't know who you think you are.
It was definitely the university though, but I was already mad at the university for taking my money for going there, so I had to be mad at somebody else for once.
Well, I still like the songs.
That's
I
fine.
don't know anything about the guy.
I don't know anything about the guy either.
I'm a little more bitter now that I know this story, just because I got your back.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, when I hear Thrift Shop come on, I'm
Is
singing.
he still
it.
making music?
Yeah, he did one. I guess it was like 2 years ago. But that's kind of where I was getting at. Is I feel like even right now, if you heard Thrift Shop come on by yourself, you're probably still gonna. Well, shit, it was 99 cents. I feel like everyone's still gonna sing it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so apparently it says that he has. Wait. Oh, right, because his group was him and Ryan Lewis. Because Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. That's
Well,
what
how
it
do you
was.
feel about Ryan Lewis then?
I completely forgot he's part of the group, so I guess I have no feelings towards him one way or another. I'm
okay.
indifferent.
Well, then just Macklemore's standalone we cannot like, but Ryan Lewis. So Thrift Shop you can like.
Apparently, he has a solo career now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that
That's
goes.
what I'm saying. The solo career we don't care
I don't care about that. Yeah, with the album Gemini, bringing a bad name now to my sign. That's
Well,
mine.
Okay, all that matters about
Right.
Macklemore was Thrift Shop, and you know that.
I do like a good thrift shop.
Okay, good. That's literally all I was getting at here. That's perfect. Okay, good. Finally, video game time. I'm
Video
excited.
games. What have you been playing these days?
Okay, but I can't think about games yet until you explain to me what PlayStation is doing. What is this?
All right.
I just heard
This is
about
like
this.
my rant hour.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear about PlayStation.
So
right
this
now.
is fantastic. So as Corona has disrupted a lot of supply chains, this is affected the upcoming console generation, as everybody has seen. So Xbox Series X is coming out, I think, in November, like end of November, and PS5 right around that same time or shortly thereafter. They haven't done a finalized release date yet for those two, but nobody knows what the stock is going to look like. And Series X has already been affected this past week because Halo Infinite got pushed.
That was a
So
bummer.
Halo Infinite now is 2021, and I saw an article today that said that one of the guys came out and said, we have no plans of pushing it to 2022. So that game will be coming out in 2022.
I hope not.
And
what
so-
the hell would that? What would cause a 18-month pushback?
Well, the only thing that I could possibly think of is if which I don't think it'll come out next year most likely, but I think that the only things I could think of is that they want to get RTX support in place.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, or I guess I shouldn't say RTX support because that's just graphics card in particular, but ray tracing in particular. They want to get ray tracing support, which is better lighting dynamics. It's more real-time lighting dynamics in the game. So bounce lighting and that kind of stuff looks a lot nicer and makes the game look a whole heck of a lot prettier without having to add extra geometry, really is what it does. It makes things more vibrant and the blacks of the game look a little bit darker and more realistic.
When you talk about this stuff, I feel like, did you see the episode of The Office where they had to explain a surplus to Michael?
Yeah.
That's how I feel when you talk about this stuff. Explain it to me like a fifth grader.
Okay, so here's what it is. Ray tracing make pretty game good.
Good.
So
That's all I need to know.
And then on top of that, the other thing that I would think that they would be wanting to do is if they were to push it longer, which I don't know. A lot of people are up in arms over the look of the game in general, just because I don't know what people are expecting.
The grapple has got people looking goofy.
Well, not only that, but like the faces and that kind of stuff. Like, people are not happy with the detail in the game. They're like, well, it doesn't look like a next gen game. It's like, well, what do you expect? It's freaking Halo.
Toughen up.
Like,
Yeah.
you can only put so many wrinkles into that guy before, like, and Master Chief is Master Chief. He's wearing fucking armor. You can only make that look a certain way.
I thought the armor actually looked really good.
Yeah. So people, I think, were just I don't know what they were expecting with that, and I think also just being a next gen title, people were expecting bigger things. So anyways, so that got pushed. So Xbox Series
dumb.
X already in trouble because they have they decided that same day they came out and said that they are still planning on releasing the Xbox Series X this year with thousands of games, which means they are doing just not like it's gonna be all the backported games. And they led it off by saying that they are going to have immaculate new games such as Assassin's Creed Valhalla,
yes,
which is a third-party game. They didn't even have like an Xbox exclusive leading the way in their freaking press release, which is brutal.
But I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, sure, but you can play that on anything else. Like, you can play it on your PC, you can play it on your PS4,
right?
You can play it on your Xbox One X. God, this is getting confusing.
I think when I stream that game, I'm cosplaying as a Viking.
I think that's a great idea.
AKA a past life, because there's no way at some point I wasn't a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably not. I'm pretty Irish. But,
you're Irish. That makes it hard.
Maybe I was just
You never know.
Norse as hell and rolling around with.
You'll never know.
Yeah. Anyway, can't wait.
Sorry, moving to PlayStation now.
Oh yeah.
So PlayStation clearly has the upper hand in this case. So they decide, well, Xbox already has bad news out there. Let's add our own. So they came out today, and they have made a decision because of supply issues, most likely due to Corona, that they said that there is going to be supply shortages. So if you want a PlayStation 5 this year, you have to go to their website and sign up for the ability to then pre-order the system to get it sometime in the future. So basically, you're trying to reserve your place in line to buy said system.
You can't just Amazon it?
No. There's no, because what's going to happen is that PlayStation is not going to go through Amazon at first. PlayStation is going to sell everything themselves and then give some to their to their retailers out front that you're going to be able to get, but that they are partnered with. So probably like Walmart and them are going to get some. Amazon might get a couple, but it's not going to be much. The majority of their systems are going to probably go directly through PlayStation because that's going to be the way that they make their most money. So that way they can basically just do direct to consumer, cut out the middleman, and they don't have to do any money exchange on that front. So you'll probably pre-order directly through PlayStation, purchase it from PlayStation, and end of transaction. So what inevitably is going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of people get in there and probably pre-order a bunch of these things or try to get a couple depending on how they lock this thing down. And then on Amazon, everywhere else, you're going to have the Nintendo Switch problem. Yeah. So everything, all of a sudden, this console is probably going to cost $500-600 already, and all of a sudden you're going to be paying over $1,000 for the privilege of playing games that you can play on your PlayStation 4.
So,
and Spider-Man.
Just build a PC is what we're getting at.
That's what I've been saying for a while. But the problem is that due to shortages, you can't buy power supplies really at the moment.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
Did I tell you how I'm going to become famous? I have it down.
Okay.
I'm going to go buy both of these consoles. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to do a whole video on, we're going to test which one of these is best. I'm going to do one of those videos. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you hit play, I'm going to say, psych, and just smash the shit out of them in front of everyone.
Some people that have done that.
And then at the end, I'm just going to say, build a PC. Mm-hmm. Boom. Done. Famous.
I'm down. I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, what would it cost me? $1,000?
The best bang for your buck is to get a PC. I mean, I get it. PCs are more expensive. These new gen consoles do have some sweet tech in them, if it works right. But overall, man, it's just
not worth.
Yeah, especially for the hoops that you're gonna have to jump through to even get one this time around. Is
I feel
be
like-
rough, and just the waiting game for literally waiting game for games.
As I think about this, maybe we should just build fake ones that look like the real consoles and make it cheaper.
The Wish.com versions.
Yeah, like I'm trying to just smash them, but not spend $1,000 on them. So let's make fake ones. I'm gonna smash them, and then we'll be famous.
I'm down. We'll just 3D print them out and just destroy them.
I'm not gonna hit it too hard because if it breaks open and you see it's just a hollow shell, then it might look kind of bad.
That might make it better. Then
Oh, they were fake. Don't get too. That's perfect.
don't buy them. I bought this for $700 with a fake.
$700 and nothing's in these things, man. It's such a joke.
That's the thing too, is that nobody knows the price of these things yet either, which is terrifying.
Dude, I'm just happy that you put me into the PC world.
It's nice. It's a good place to be.
But like you asked, games I've been playing. In love with Road Company.
God, that game's good.
Dude, they put out their roadmap for this year, and I got so hyped.
Really, I'm not that good at the game. I'm not terrible at it, but
that's
I'm
what's
not
fun.
great, and I still have an amazing time with it.
That's what's fun is like there will be a competitive side that will be awesome, but I think like just running pubs is going to be super fun always. Like you're not going to have to sweat every game.
Yeah, exactly.
But they had a roadmap come out for 2020, and by the end of the year, it's really cool. First one was like fix bugs, get skins out, have fun. Second one was like ranked mode comes in, match make this. Like they have a really good plan, and then by phase 3, it was like I've always said, it's gonna look and feel just like how Smite plays right now, but in this whole different world. But they want this game to look exactly like that game is right now.
With the skins and everything like that.
Yeah,
like
tons of skins,
Okay.
tons of skins for your guns. Really good ranked system that you don't have to do, but you can do. They're gonna have a battle pass come out. Like they are fully invested. So when I saw that, I was honestly kind of getting bored because I was like, hey, it's really buggy. It's hard to invite your friends. It's almost a chore. It gets kind of old because you like kill somebody, or you win, you level up, get nothing. And it's like
we are collecting coins right now for hopefully the ability to buy things, though. That's
Right.
kind of nice.
But
At least they're
that's-
keeping track of that stuff right now.
Yeah.
At least that's nice.
And the best part about high res when they do skins is they make the best skins I've ever seen that you normally have to pay for, but they've always done such a good job of like, if you just grind the hell out of a game, you'll be rewarded with skins at some point because they have like the in-game currency that you can earn just from playing.
Yeah.
And that's usually how you buy like recolors and whatever of a character. But then you kind of like, you're like, cool, I didn't have to spend any money on this game. It's going to be free anyway.
Right.
But the freaks like me who are like, I love this game, took all my money. Then you start looking like Avatar. You look like Aang. Like
Yes.
they come out with the coolest skins. So, and even then they'll do like Smite does this thing where it's weekly. If you just log into that game every day, at the end of every week you get 30 gems or 20, then 30 gems.
Right.
You can if you're just playing, they'll start giving you stuff. You save up and you get rewarded with like a super cool skin. I don't know. When I saw that, I was very pumped, very excited to back them. I'd love it. I was all about it.
I love that game. It's a fun game.
Feels great. I think the ability to like shoulder swap just puts one more element that just makes it such a blast.
I like the third person perspective of it. It's nice because I was kind of getting burned out of all first person shooters just in general, but getting that third person perspective has been kind of nice.
I mean, yeah, if you wanted a third person, you had to go play Fortnite. That's pretty much what it came down to. Oh,
No.
should we talk about hashtag free Fortnite?
See, I don't know that much about it. So if you have information, go for it.
I don't
I
know
just saw the
enough.
1984 trailer.
Yeah.
And I know, and now you have the Epic versus Apple lawsuit. For some reason, they didn't sue Google Play Store. Maybe because they already had beforehand, but now we have the Apple versus Epic fight.
Yeah, same. I don't know a whole lot. I think it's really funny, but from an outsider's point of view who doesn't know anything, it's kind of like your company is now worth $17 billion. That's still not anything compared to Apple.
Yeah.
So, like, what are they going to do?
I think they're just trying to play bully ball because of the sheer size of their game and the client base of their game. So Apple, of course, is making their money off of games in their stores, primarily off of I mean, whether that they'll never admit it, but they're making off of kids
Right.
through and through. I mean,
Tons.
you're just making it off of kids and their parents putting credit cards in there for kids to buy, add-ons for
Skins.
frankly bad games that
Yeah.
are on the Apple Store. Very predatory games that are like, hey, you've played 3 levels of this game. If you want to play some more, you're going to pay $10 for energy points and that kind of crap. And I think
That's annoying.
and that's what that's like what they make money off of. And it's a lot off of kids. So Epic saw an opportunity of like, well, you guys are hosing us on money. So
So they
our
were taking
whole-
a percentage, right?
yeah, so basically how it works is how Apple runs their store is that when you sign up to be on Apple Store, which this is kind of in Apple's defense, if you choose to put your game on the Apple Store, if you want to be on the Apple Store, you sign basically over a contract. You sign a contract that says, hey, we take X percentage of everything purchased on this game through
Right.
here, and if they are playing the game on here, everything must go through our store. So it's not like you can't publish a game on Apple Store, then have an outside store that's going to apply credits back into that game. At least that's my basic understanding. That seems to be the basic understanding.
Yeah.
So why Apple booted booted Fortnite off is that Epic ran a deal to buy currency for their game that applied directly into their mobile version
Not through Apple.
and not through Apple. So Apple did not get, I think it's like 30%
Yikes.
of the cut off that initial portion. And it might not be that high, I don't remember. But something around there. They take their percentage cut and then Epic keeps the rest. Epic tried to circumvent that just as they did with Google. God, that must have been almost 2 years ago, I think now, where they decided to not actually publish the game on Google App Store, and they allowed people to sideload it outside the App Store because Android phones, you don't actually necessarily have to use the App Store to load apps on like you
These
do in Apple.
Cheeky bastards.
So they were doing that for a while. Then they ended up publishing it on the store because of reasons. But anyways, I think that they came to some sort of an agreement with Google, it seems. So Apple Apple said, well, you just broke our terms of service. Bye-bye game, and booted
Later.
it.
What a like tough move.
Yeah.
Later. See ya.
I mean, they can't make
We're
any
Apple.
exceptions. So the last that I've heard about this whole thing is that Epic then sued Apple for basically taking royalties over something that is trying to take royalties for something that is outside the scope of their system, and basically stating that them taking a cut out of everything from that game after initial sale through their store is unethical. And Apple came back and said, well, we can do what we want because it's our store.
You signed a contract.
And not only that, but you guys were actually trying. Apparently, the rumor is that Epic was trying to strong arm Apple into making a one-off deal with just them for their games or for Fortnite in particular, to where Epic gets a bigger cut or gets to keep all profits on this front. And Apple said, no, we keep everybody on a level playing field.
Let's just let Fortnite die.
I
Take
am
loss.
perfectly okay with that. So,
We
God, I
played-
knew a lot more about that actually than I thought I did.
So-
I don't know. Yeah. Anyways,
Last night, we were trying to play Rogue, and I was too tired. I was like, ugh, dude, I'm falling asleep. And it sucks when you're good at a game, but you're too tired to be good at it, so you're just getting stomped. So
that's
I
my
was like,
excuse every time.
right, yeah. I'm always so good. I'm
I'm always too tired.
But so I was like, yeah. And everyone wanted to go play COD, which we can talk about in a second. So I was like, yeah, let's go play some Warzone. First game went well. Second game was quick, like they usually are. Third game was going very well. Going. I was checking. There's free loot on the ground. I was ready to rock. As soon as I reached down to grab some loot, black screen, server disconnect. Yeah, and I sat there for 5 minutes just contemplating, like, why did I come over to this game? Because it already makes me rage enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I figured I'd bite my tongue, decompress. And then we got to the point where we decided, Fortnite? Like, let's just go do it. We're like, it'll be funny. Like, it'll be really funny. Let's just do one game because we're terrible at it now, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. I popped off. I went really ham. And, like, yeah, the guy I was playing with, Clip, was like, where is this coming from? And it was one of those Will Ferrell old school moments where you just blank out and take over and you're like, where am I?
Where?
Anyway, it came down to like a 2v1 at the end, killed one guy, died, took second place. But still, I was amazed. But I will give it credit. It did get my heart pumping again. Where you have that, oh no, I might clutch this up. Haven't played in forever. Why am I doing so good? Bet you $1 million if I went to play right now, I would suck and get stomped. So I got my last little cherry on top of that game.
Uninstall.
Why not go out with a 10 bomb?
Yep.
Almost won it. Done. Out of there.
Call it quits. Retire.
Yep. It was fun. I had fun. Done. Forever.
Nice.
I just remember when we first started that game. Back in the old house when we were living.
Dude, yeah, that used to be the game.
We were hooked and it was
Yeah.
so simple.
I remember texting everybody and saying, download this game because it's free.
It's free and stupid fun, and it made me never get PUBG because we were waiting on
Thank
that.
God.
So I will say thank you, Epic, but I'm done.
Yep.
I'm out. No
I
more.
had some good times. I'm out.
GH, retirement, throwing it down. And then have you? I guess we could dive into Cold War a little bit, but have you dabbled in the Fall Guys world yet?
No.
It is the dumbest fun I've ever had.
That's what I've heard.
Just it's so
Got a couple
annoying.
neighbors have been playing the crap out of it.
It is so annoying that it's fun.
Yeah.
Worst thing about it is I don't know who's running the Twitter for Fall Guys right now. I want to punch them so bad. They are like so cocky. It seems like some 16-year-old that started getting really successful who wants to flex on everybody and have the worst tweets ever is running that account.
Lovely.
So I'm not going to say anything. I'll leave it for whoever else wants to go into this world. All I'm going to say is just freaking chill. The Fall Guys, calm down. But
They're on top of the world right now. That's why they're doing
and
it.
they keep doing, they want you to know it. They want you to know how good they are. Oh, remember when we didn't think we were going to be that big? And then they'll post some numbers and it's pretty much like, suck it. We're popular now. We're famous. And dude, I almost uninstalled it just from my Twitter account.
Good thing I don't look at Twitter. That place is toxic.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I
I
feel
want
that.
to play it, though.
Because it's fun. That's what sucks is you're like, shoot, okay, I won't uninstall the game. Play it. You have a good time with your friends. And it's just dumb because it's one of those games you can play like this. You know what I mean?
chill.
You need this game. Right? And then you have really fun. And then you go to bed. But when you're in bed, you pull up Twitter on accident and you see a Fall Guys tweet and you just want to run down to your computer and uninstall it. And then just send them the middle finger emoji and say, you deserve this for your stupid tweets.
Gotta love it.
They're very anyway, I don't know. I just assume they feel like how when Trump wakes up in the morning and reads his tweets and he's like, ooh, didn't mean to put that one out there.
Just regret.
Whoops.
Like,
I saw an interview that somebody asked him. They said, do you regret your tweets ever? Amazing response. He said, look, with how old I am, the way it used to be is when you needed to say something or address it, you wrote it on a letter, put it in your table, went to bed, woke up the next day, reread it, and if it looked good, you would mail it. He said, now you write it, you tweet it, you wake up the next day and realize there's no way to pull it back.
there's nothing you can do. If you try to pull it back, it makes it even worse.
When he said that, I literally was like, oh, he's just old. Oh, you just don't understand
You just
technology.
don't get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I get it. You were in the pen and quill era or the ink and quill. That's fine. You're just like, oh, it's cute.
That's amazing.
Anyway, yeah, so that's the only thing I had on Fall Guys is just chill out on your Twitter. Just delete it for a little bit and just keep pumping out
Let the
stuff
game
that
speak for
people
itself.
want.
Yep. Create
just,
more maps.
Just keep making games and shut up. That's all you got to do. Okay, last one I got to talk about is, are you going to get Cold War?
No. I mean, I'll probably download the Battle Royale version.
No.
to-
Here's what I heard, and I hope to God I'm wrong. Somebody told me, okay, I should fact check this. Everyone fact check me on this one. Someone told me that Warzone is just going to carry over into Cold War.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I don't. So why am I spending $60, maybe probably $70 on Cold War, just for the campaign and multiplayer?
Yeah, just like you did for Modern Warfare.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that then.
Well, yeah, that's because they're making a ton of money off Warzone already, so they don't give a shit.
I got really pissed off that I got baited into spending full price on Warzone to play multiplayer. I
mean,
think
they have
once.
the best model set up right now because you can play Warzone for free.
Yeah.
They don't have to really have a dedicated team on it because they have everybody else just iterating on it. They take all the assets from the new game every year. implement that in, and then you just keep rolling the same way. So I'm pretty sure that they're just going to keep doing that. And then the hardcore fan base that still loves the regular multiplayer will
And
buy the
campaign.
game.
Campaign looks good,
And
actually.
the campaign. Because then I think that they can apply more time to that, maybe. I don't know. They're still pumping these things out so regularly that they'll do that. And I didn't see anything in the announcement today about zombies, but usually there is in Black Ops side of things, but maybe there's not in this
I'm telling you right now that you say that, if Call of Duty does a stupid Fortnite thing that they're doing and put in like NPCs into the Battle Royale, I will burn that building down. Because right now, if you go and play
NPCs?
Fortnite,
There's just characters walking around the maps?
dude, they're dicks too. They're called Marauders. And it's literally a team of 6 of these aimbotting little bitches that just run around, and they'll spot you from a mile away. So you could be like, oh, coming up, I'm going to snipe this guy, start a little fight. Or you just start getting into a build fight, and these stupid random Marauders will just start shooting you and fighting you.
I don't get the point of that.
Right?
That
Like,
seems to
you can
ruin
kill
the
them,
balance of a battle royale.
and they drop super average loot, so it's definitely not worth it. But that is what killed it for a lot of people. And I can see them doing this because remember in Blackout they had like zombies in areas.
Well, to be fair though, the zombies in areas were already infected zones that were marked, and then the circle that closed in would be zombie areas as well.
Don't care. Don't put them in there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that. It's just that
Keep 'em
that was
out.
the deal.
Keep 'em out.
But
Keep
yeah,
'em out.
I agree.
Because
I don't know. I think that they have a good thing going with Warzone. I don't think they're gonna fuck it up too bad.
Mitch has really wanted me to get
then
into
again, who knows?
Hyperscape because apparently it's amazing. I'll tell you what, if they put zombies in Warzone, I'm on my way to Hyperscape. I will keep jumping BRs until I find one that doesn't put in stupid things that just beam you in the back for no
Yeah.
reason.
I've stepped away from the battle royale.
Probably smart. It's very
for a
ragey.
second. I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
How's that?
It's fantastic. I played it back on PlayStation, but
Oh,
never
that's right.
finished it. And then they released it on PC finally, because for some reason Sony's starting to publish games on PC now, which is kind of cool. So I'm
That
hoping
is
some
a
of the other
pretty game.
stuff is going to come up on there. But yeah, they allowed Guerrilla to publish on there. So yeah, that game's fantastic.
Dude, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, that game is it's a gorgeous game. I mean, that engine that the Guerrilla Games built. I mean, what a achievement for them after years and years of Killzone games. That's all that was their original game. And then I liked some of the Killzone games, but man, what a step up to switch over to Horizon Zero Dawn. Really I appreciate them because they have been doing something that no other game developers really doing, and they went for it on a new IP and succeeded. Like they crushed it.
It makes me want to
So-
just support them and buy it because I hate when companies stick to one game and don't leave.
Just keep pumping out the same thing over and over again.
And then you get Andromeda.
We're not going to get into that one. That's a whole nother conversation.
I'm just saying, like,
But yeah, so they have the second one coming out. So I'm playing through the first one. The story, I love the story. I mean, it does have a lot of the same tropes of like original, of like older open world games. You know, like you're climbing to the top of certain machines and that kind of stuff to like scope out the whole area and get a better feel for what's going on. But I'm okay with that because I love the world that they've created with
Yeah.
this and everything else with it.
it reminds me, again, I haven't played it. It reminds me of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it is. And see, that's the crazy thing. So and I wanted to get back and play this because it came out at about the same time as Breath of the Wild. And I played both of them at the same time.
Dude, it's so good.
and
it is so
I
good.
put Horizon Zero Dawn over Breath of the Wild.
That's amazing because I love that game.
Yeah, that was my favorite game for like the majority of that year. I've since gone back and they're two different games, but very like they're similar in terms of the open world nostalgia of it. But one is more realistic climbing, a little bit more like, and I say realistic climbing just because you can't just scale up a wall like you can in
Assassin's Creed 1.
God, no. Way better than that. But way better than any of the Assassin's Creed games. But I just love the story and the environment that they created within Horizon Zero Dawn, which is what put it up in my mind. But I don't know. Breath of the Wild is an incredible game that I went back to and finished all up. And there's a lot of amazing things in that game.
So
and they
good.
finally got me because I was able to build that town
Yeah.
and see that town grow. And I have a problem, and I just love everything about that, and like designed my house to like have certain items around. So anyways, gone back to that game now, to Horizon Zero Dawn, and getting through it. I'm like 14, 15 hours into it, I think.
Sick, though.
Fantastic.
Wait a minute.
Fantastic.
Hold on. You said over any Assassin's Creed. Did you play Odyssey?
It has better climbing mechanics than that game. I guarantee it.
In my eyes, Odyssey can do nothing wrong. Except there are multiple fights where you're running in circles just shooting at arrows. Or you're shooting arrows because you're going to get stomped by this.
I saw this amazing video of what was supposed to apparently be a big boss fight that went on, and the guy came in front of him, and the dude just Spartan kicked him off a cliff.
Yeah.
Fight over.
Yeah. Which adds to how amazing that is. Like, it adds to... But it's cool, right? Because you get the effect of, like, Spartans are just badasses. And maybe they did just one kick somebody off of a ledge sometimes. But the coolest part is, like, the Greek mythology. So you fight Medusa.
That's cool.
You fight the Minotaur.
So they just really just went for it and just
But those
decided
are
to
side
break
missions.
from reality.
But they're side missions, but they go so good because they did a great job. Because remember how our biggest thing with Assassins is we're like, you guys aren't even talking about Assassin's Creed anymore. You're just throwing out random crap like Black Flag, and you just made a pirate game that was an assassin.
You better be careful. People say that that's their favorite one in most cases,
I
which
know.
is a mistake.
The people that talk, I don't want to. Ugh, Connor. Anyway,
Well, that wasn't Black Flag. That Connor wasn't Black Flag.
no. Connor that I know.
Oh, Connor.
He's played one Assassin's Creed, and he thinks he's this genius Assassin's Creed gamer, and he just played Black Flag. That's the one game I didn't
I was
finish.
gonna say because Connor is Assassin's Creed 3.
Don't get me started on that one. That was bad. But and it didn't help that my controller at the time back in the day broke, and I couldn't play it for another month, so I just instantly hated it more. But dude, that's what was so cool is they had Atlantis was a part of Odyssey. It was like the whole
that's cool.
backstory. So as you went and found relics, you found out they actually came from Atlantis. Hard part is you don't actually get there. The game doesn't actually end. You're waiting for DLCs, and then by then I was over it. But
That's rough.
I will say it was really fun because they did like the griffin that comes down, and like they just did so much with that game that it was a 10 out of 10, man. Cool. It was a fluffing 10 out of 10 to me. It was so cool. Anyway, Valhalla, can't wait. I will not sleep until I beat that game. Cannot wait.
I'm excited for that game.
Pumped.
Yeah.
The future is bright.
Future is hopefully bright.
The future is the light. The
future.
light is on.
Yeah.
We'll see how bright the light is.
Yeah. Can't see it yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
The electricity has been put in. We'll see if the switch works.
I'm just ready for.
Okay, the
For time to
electrician
be
has
over.
been
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, he hasn't answered yet, but the phone call has been placed.
We left a voicemail.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually.
We've left the voicemail.
All right. Any last thoughts or?
No, I've
Anything for
covered
this
it. I got it all off my chest. I feel better now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was quite a dive into
we say podcast.
random territory.
This feels like therapy.
We had no plan for this week.
Welcome
at
to
all.
our therapy sessions.
Thanks for listening to me rant. Thanks for listening to Taylor rant. Thank you for just tuning in. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. We need more subscribers. Get your family to just go onto YouTube and subscribe. It's free. It's all free, I promise. I don't even care if they watch the video or not, frankly. I'd love for them to tune in, but just hit the subscribe button at the very least would be a massive plus.
And get on Alani.
Give us a comment. I may or may not read it. I don't really check the videos that often. ELE. Everybody love everybody. Have a great week. Peace.